loosen it up.
Dancing.
Shaking it off.
This is not the movie Cocktail here.
Just tossing things in the air. Okay. Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Vanessa, and today we're going to be making some gingerbread for Christmas to do your holiday season celebrations, which will be really exciting. We are going to be using a whole wheat pastry flour in this recipe, but everything's going to be full of fat and eggs and flour and gluten, and it's going to be delicious. So let's get started. We are going to start with some grass-fed butter, 2/3 cup of brown sugar. It was 1 cup. So we're gonna start creaming our butter. Ooh.
Make sure that's locked in.
Make sure your mixer is locked in. That's really important. So we're gonna cream our butter and our sugar together. And you're gonna do it till it's kind of light and fluffy. So while that's creaming, we are going to take our flour and add all of our dry ingredients into our bowl. 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda and 2/3 a tablespoon of ginger, 2/3 of a teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/3 of a teaspoon of cloves. You want to have your ingredients at room temperature, so having your eggs and your butter at room temperature is going to make all of this go a lot faster for you, especially when you're doing the creaming methods.
What if I don't have a KitchenAid?
If you don't have a KitchenAid, you really want to have your ingredients at room temperature because it'll be easier to mix it by hand. But if you can get a hand blender, it'll make things a lot easier for you because otherwise your arms are going to be really, really sore.
So you mean like that blade on the end of a mixer, hand blender? Or
Grandma's hand mixer.
And you get the lick at the end?
Yep. If you want to take those things off and lick it, it'll be delicious. So you'll know when the butter is ready, the butter and brown sugar is ready, because it's going to be a lighter color. So you'll see the color change as the creaming happens. So yeah, just wait, be patient.
What happens if we don't cream it and just throw it all together?
I actually don't know the answer to that question.
Will it be like a dense cookie?
Yeah, I don't even think there would be any spread. It would be really tough. I don't think, you need to emulsify all the ingredients. I actually don't know the answer. I should know this answer. And I'm really, I am, and I'm really upset I don't know this answer.
Losing faith in you.
Oh my God, I'm losing faith in myself.
You know what you're gonna do now?
I'm gonna go home and read about it.
Just melt it into the butter?
Yeah.
Melt the butter, throw it in together?
No, you cannot do that. So you want to, when your butter's almost ready, I didn't have that locked in again. You're gonna scrape the sides down and you're gonna add your eggs one at a time and not add it until it's completely incorporated, the next egg until it's completely incorporated. You're gonna add an egg.
Even your fancy skills. One-handed.
One-handed. I've cracked many eggs in my day. So you're gonna incorporate the first egg. Then you're gonna scrape the sides down again and then incorporate the next egg. So when you're adding your egg, it's gonna look a little separated at first. So keep mixing it until it comes together and you'll know when it's ready to go at that point. We're gonna get our molasses ready to go. So with your molasses, it usually sticks on the inside of your measuring cups. If you line your measuring cups with oil, it'll just pour out really smooth and you'll get it all out. So you can use that as a little trick so you don't have to use your spatula so much. I am not going to do that, but you can do it. It works really well.
Genius.
It is really
Never thought of doing that.
Yeah.
You're always scraping.
Yeah. I used to make a lot of ginger snaps. So I'd always spray the inside of it and it's just like, whoop, out you go. It's great, great. So we're going to mix up all of the spices and baking soda into this. Our dry ingredients, and then we are going to add it. A whisk does work better, but I like using my teaspoon.
Pro tip.
Pro tip, use a whisk. Other pro tip, use a machine or a hand blender. When doing cookies. All right. So.
Hand blender?
Yeah, like those hand.
Hand blender is the most fun.
Is it? Oh, I think of a hand blender as a hand whisk. I'm such a pastry person. All right, so we're gonna add our flour. Now, if you're using a KitchenAid, don't turn it on all at once, because otherwise your flour is gonna go into your face. So you're just gonna wanna kind of pulse in the flour at the first little bit.
Have you learned this yet?
I have learned this tip. I have watched other people learn this tip. I have also seen people go from a machine that was on 1, not realizing that it had been turned to 3, and flour covering the ceiling, all the equipment, everything, and lots of choice words happening. All right, we're gonna be doing it, on here it's a stir, so we're gonna go stir, stop, stir, stop, stir, stop. So you can hear it going, and you want to let your dough rest. Oh my gosh. It's my first time with the KitchenAid. Just kidding. You're gonna want to wrap your dough. Pardon? This, I'm putting this on the parchment. Yeah, this probably will get you, depending on the size of the cookies that you have, or cutters that you have. Sorry, there's some like soft parts in here, so I'm just kneading that back into the dough a little bit, so that it's even. You can see how sticky it is, so it's not gonna be fun to roll. You got it wrapped up in a nice little present, and we're gonna put this in the fridge and roll it out later. So our gingerbread dough has now set for about an hour. It's going to be nice and firm for a rollout. What's really important when you're rolling out gingerbread, don't use too much flour, just lightly dust the top of your surface and lightly dust the top there. You're going to roll it out, and depending on how thick you roll it, it'll be anywhere between 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch. Will affect the baking time of that. And you don't want to overwork it or anything like that. And then you also want to, once you've cut out your shapes, you want to put those in the cooler and let them set for a little bit so that they don't expand too much when you're baking it, especially if you're doing a gingerbread house or something like that. You can use the trimmings of your dough after, at least once, and knead it in with the fresh dough that you're going to roll out. But I wouldn't use it more than once, because then your cookies are going to get a little bit more tough. So we kind of have these fun little cutters that looks like the gingerbread men are losing their faces, which is kind of cute. Hold these up. All right, so we have those rolled out. We just cut out 6 for now, but you're gonna make, this is gonna make a lot of dough. So you're gonna probably get about 8 dozen cookies out of here. So we're gonna let this chill in the fridge for about 10 minutes just to kind of give it a rest, and then we'll pop it in the oven. And we did these 1/4 inch, so they're probably gonna take 10 to 12 minutes. If you do them a little bit thicker, you're gonna be looking more at 10 to 15 minutes in that range, depending on your oven. And that's gonna be at 350. So let's see what happens when they come out. All right, so our cookies have come out of the oven. These ones took about 11 minutes. Depending on the thickness, as we had said before, will depend on what's going on. If you want them to be thinner and more crisp, they're gonna wanna be about 1/4 inch thick. If you want them more of like a cakey, chewy, do them about 1/2 inch. So that's the gingerbread recipe. You can use this for houses, gingerbread houses if you wanna do those, and decorate them with icing or candies and have just a wonderful time. That's it. So if you liked this video, give us a thumbs up. If you really liked it, please subscribe to see more videos with us at Community Natural Foods. Thank you and happy holidays.